Hi everyone, it's Emily. I'm back with another live on Sunday night. I wasn't here last Sunday night because it was Father's Day. We had a lot of different activities planned. But if you are joining me here tonight, please let me know in the comments. I'm so glad to see that you've made it if you are. And I always have the replays on my Facebook page if you happen to miss the live version, which is totally fine. Before I get into my topic tonight on alternatives to sand trays, which we all love, I wanted to just mention something about my Let's Read book. So this is a printed version of my decodable stories. And I know some of you may own the digital version that you can get on Teachers Pay Teachers. But I also sell a bound version. And as you may or may not know, Teachers Pay Teachers doesn't sell hard goods anymore. So there's no way to purchase the book through my store, through Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you do want to order the book, then you would just send me an email and then I would send you an invoice. But I just wanted to let people know they are still around, they are still available. You just can't order them through Teachers Pay Teachers anymore. So I just wanted to mention that. And if anybody would like, as a special treat to win this book tonight, I'm going to give away this book to one lucky winner. I'll just pick a random name. So if you do want it, you can let me know in the comments and I will ship it to you. Okay, so that's just a special thank you tonight for watching. Okay, so let's discuss, and I'll hold that up one more time later on to remind you. You just have to comment if you do want it, okay? All right, so today I was cleaning out my minivan, and that is a thankless job. It really was just a hot mess. I love my minivan. I love driving it. I never thought I'd actually enjoy a minivan, but I do. But it just got to the point where it was just out of control. I mean, really, just Legos, graham crackers. A family of squirrels could easily live in there and they would have no problem finding food. So I know I need to stop having my kids eat in the car. It's just awful. It's a bad habit. And you know when you have to take out the shop vac to get just all of the disgusting stuff just all over the floor of your minivan, that's a problem. So anyway, I'm hoping we can keep it that way for a little while. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about sand trays. Okay, we know if you work in small group, do reading intervention, do OG, sand trays, they're your jam. We love them, right? We use them a lot. But guess what? Some kids hate sand trays. They hate the feeling of sand on their fingers. They hate it if it gets under their fingernails. It's just not something that they like to use. And I found that out with one of my students a few years ago. And I didn't realize it right away, but he would cringe when I would take out my sand tray. And I was like, what is going on here? And he finally opened up and said, I cannot stand using the sand tray. I don't like the feel of it on my fingers. So I knew I had to find some different multisensory tools to use with him as an alternative. So that's what I'm going to go over with you tonight. So maybe you want to try one out. But before I get into those alternatives, this is my classic sand tray that I use, and it has a lid. I got it in some Montessori catalog a long time ago. The lid does not lock, so I have to use some really, really strong rubber bands around it to hold it tight. And let me just say, just because I travel to tutor students, the sand we've had a few accidents where the sand has spilled in my car and it just is a mess, or all over my tutoring bag. It's just not good. It's not. I love my sand tray, but you definitely want something that has a locking lid if you use that. But if you're in a classroom, you don't have to travel. And especially this summer, I mean, this is just so fun. Get a Frisbee. I got this at the Dollar Tree, $1. And use this for your sand tray. How much fun is that? Use them, I mean, if you're tutoring kids or you teach in summer school or just, small group reading, just give everybody a little Frisbee instead of spending a lot of money on expensive containers and things like that. You could just use this. I thought that was just a nice way to repurpose. Okay? All right. I know. Megan says my son can't stand sand trays either, but he loves the beach. I know, right? I mean, kids, they love the beach, but they don't want to use this sand tray. I don't know. Okay. So you can get the beautiful, wooden box for your sand tray, and it's really great. Or use a Frisbee. I saw someone last week use, it was a great idea for those burner covers. They use that to put sand in. That's good too. So another cheap alternative. But let's get back to sand tray alternatives. So we have children who don't want to use the sand tray, and you might have some teachers just say, you know what, I'm tired of sand going everywhere. Just want something different to try out. Okay. So one of the things that I've used is, all right, we all know Melissa and Doug have these toys and like puzzles and beads and things come in these wooden trays. I never throw these trays away. I repurpose them for a lot of different things. So don't get rid of these. You could use them for a lot of things. So what I did with this one was I glued a piece of glitter paper inside of it. So it's just glitter paper that you peel off the back. Actually, I didn't even have to glue it at all. I just peel off the back and there was adhesive on it and just stuck it in there. And that gives a nice tactile feel for a sand tray, instead of a sand tray. So if I was doing like SH, so you have the child do SH, ship, just trace right on there. And some kiddos might say, oh, I have glitter on my finger, but that's okay. That's a good thing, right? So that's one thing you can try. But if your kids don't even like that, then we'll go a little further. A completely clean alternative. You could use a flannel board. Flannel boards are inexpensive. Some of these come with little felt pieces. I think even in Target lately, I've seen some flannel sets that are really, really cute. I've gotten for my kids. So that has a nice sensory output feel to it for a tactile experience as well. So you could use a flannel board. This next one is a little strange. I tried a piece of old chair covering and used some duct tape around it. And I put it on a piece of cardboard. And this has a really nice tactile feel to it. So you could try that as well. Hold it a little closer, you can see. And I tried to make it nice and long. Oh, thanks, Jane. And then, so that's another one. This is probably the one that I use the most coming up. So this is a piece of plastic cross stitch that you can get at any craft store or online. So like AC Moore, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and it's flexible. You just put it on a piece of paper and then have the kids trace over it that way. So like 2 fingers, just tracing. And that I find is the quickest and easiest tool to have nearby if you don't want to use the sand tray. So, and in small groups, these are so easy to just pass out to kids. So you could try that as well. So this is just plastic cross stitch. And then if you want to go high tech, you could get something called a tack screen. And this is, I'll hold up mine. So on my iPad that I use with my students, I have this little piece of plastic film that sticks over it. It's removable. I trimmed it just a little bit because I have the iPad mini, and the tack screen is really, really nice because you just have these little tiny bumps that are raised on it. It really doesn't interfere with your view of whatever is on the screen, but you get a nice tactile feel on there. So if I were to open up an app that I like to use, so here's one right here with tracing the letter A, then when the child is tracing over it, then they'll feel that tactile experience while they're, whoops, I don't know why it's not working right now, but anyway, I think I had to go all the way to that red dot. Maybe that's why. There we go. All right, then, so they really, really guide you. And then that one, and students love that little swirly effect that you can see. So that app, let me just close out. I know some people are going to be asking me which app that is. And that one is called Writing Wizard. I think you might have to pay for it. I don't remember. I got it a while ago. So if you want a tack screen, that's another alternative. Kids really like that, and just use any writing app on there. You don't have to use Writing Wizard. I've used just whatever tracing app. There's like doodle apps that you can do on there as well. So I like that one a lot. All right, so just to review, so we did alternatives to the sand tray. So we did tack screen, plastic cross stitch. This is one of my classics. Some old chair covering, flannel board, some glitter paper glued into a Melissa and Doug box, and then back to the classic sand tray. That's my sand tray box, but you can use an old Frisbee for a sand tray. Okay. And so that is all I have for now. So once again, if you want to win this book, then you'll just comment below, and I'll just let people comment all night long, and I'll pick someone tomorrow morning and I'll announce it. So let's see, if I'm Eastern Standard Time, I'll pick someone in the morning. Let's see, I don't know. I'll say like 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll let people comment all night, and I'll pick someone tomorrow morning. All right, someone was asking, Kathy, can you remove it? Yes, Kathy, can you remove the tack screen? Yes, I have removed it and used it on 2 different iPads, and I think that's fine. However, you really do want to smooth out the air bubbles just a little bit before you do that. But I have found it to be removable, and it doesn't leave any residue at all on there. It's a very nice, clean sticker. So I love it. But I don't think I see any more questions on there, but feel free to pop any questions in there if you want. And oh, thanks, Crystal, and thanks, Cindy. So thanks so much for joining me tonight. Kept it short and sweet, but I'm so glad you were here. And I'll see you hopefully back here next Sunday night. All right. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.